All right, everybody. Today we're gonna look at my yard specifically. We're coming out of winter right now, and I really need to kind of gauge where my yard's at. You know, I did a recent video on kind of seeding, winterizing, fertilizing, things like that. Obviously, I've let this go a little bit, probably like most of us, right? Because we've had snowfall and rain, but it's finally getting nice. Spring's coming, summer's coming. So I'm trying to gauge where my yard's at in case it needs a little bit of seed, a little bit of fertilizer, maybe a little bit of TLC. So starting point is I need to mow it and weed eat it just to kind of see what's going on, if there's any low spots, any damp spots, washed out spots, stuff like that. So as you can see, we've got this yard. You know, some areas are low, some are high. And one thing right off the bat, just from, you know, walking my yard, is I've got this area over here that kind of stayed a little lumpy. This was all new from last year. There's also some bare spots, some really damp spots and saturated spots. So I'm gonna mow this down and really take a look. This is probably an area I need to put a little bit of attention to. I'm gonna be weed eating a little bit, really kind of see what I'm working with, and then we can gauge everything from there and move forward. So with that said, I'm gonna grab the weed eater and get after it. We weed eated the yard, we mowed it. Now we can kind of, you know, look at what we're dealing with here. So as you can see with this yard, you know, there's some dead spots, definitely. You know, now that everything's kind of cut down, we can see it. This gives me a good idea on what I need to do coming into spring and summer. Maybe with seeding, maybe a little bit of more soil in areas, definitely some fertilization, which is needed. One thing I did notice the most is back here. Looks like we have quite a bit of water settling. You know, if you remember from an old video, we redid this piece of the yard completely. So we ripped all the bark and stuff out and then put soil and grass seed and try to make it a true yard. So, but it looks like it's getting pretty spotty, which is something I'll deal with. So you guys can't tell, but it looks like this area is really saturated with water. Pretty spongy when you walk on it. So it looks like my level might be off a little bit, or at least my drainage is missloped, because this area is not growing very well, which it should be coming in a little bit thicker than it is. So probably what I'll do is I'll tend to this here in the next couple weeks, just when the weather improves a little bit, try to put some soil down, maybe re-slope it, and then obviously new seed and fertilizer. But you know, cutting everything down, at least for now, even though we're still getting a little bit of snow and frost, really gives me a good idea and helps me gauge on what I need to deal with coming up. Because of course, if it's summertime, it's a little bit too late when it's really hot to be trying to get grass to grow and to have everything kind of mend and blend together. So this is kind of the preliminary steps going into spring and summer, but it was good for us to cut this, see what we're working with, and that way we can have a true plan coming into the good grass season. So we'll do another video, make sure this looks amazing when you guys see it next, and we'll explain the whole process. Thanks for watching the video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe below, and we'll hopefully see you very soon.